Hello, World Wide Web. Welcome back to the Hangin With Web Show. I'm GW Pomichter. Thanks for logging on and tuning in. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel for more great artists, authors, filmmakers, creators of all kinds. We are here at the 35th annual Necronomicon in Tampa, Florida, and we are hanging with one of our favorite authors, E Rose Sabin, who is the author. This year we're talking about Deathright and A House Full of Dreams. Rose is a featured author on the Hangin With Web Show, and we love her, and we first got to talk to Rose at our first con, which was the 34th annual Necronomicon.
Yes.
So, Rose, welcome back to the show.
Thank you. It's good to be here.
Yeah, so the past year's been busy for you. You've spent a lot of time at the keyboard.
I do indeed.
Yeah.
Every day. If my dogs didn't get me away from it time to time, I would probably still be glued to the seat.
You know, I'm lucky I can get one book a year. You got two this year.
I did, but I have to tell you that both of these were written a considerable time ago, but what I was doing this year was revising them, bringing them more up to date, making sure that they were properly edited and all that.
Writing is rewriting, right?
It definitely is.
Okay.
Takes a lot of revision.
I'll tell you what, let's start here. Let's start with Deathright,
All right.
okay? Give us the book blurb here. What can people look for?
It is a mythic fantasy. It was inspired by the myth of Isis and Osiris, the Egyptian myth, but it's not about that specific myth. I invented a myth of my own, which is given in the prologue, and then it's a story of a slave raised in total ignorance, taught to do one specific task, and that task is to administer a mercy killing to the old and dying lord of the manor. What my protagonist, whose name is Korth, does not know is that when he does this, he inherits the old lord's spirit and knowledge.
Wow.
It takes him quite some time to become aware of this, but it's his story and how he finds not only physical freedom from slavery, but freedom from the people who would manipulate him.
Wow. You got a lot going on here.
It is a lot
There's
going on.
a lot going on. No wonder there was revising and rewriting and
Yes.
updating. Wow. And how are readers responding?
Well, I haven't gotten a lot of response, but I would say basically what I have gotten is positive.
How long has this been out there now?
It came out in March.
In March. Okay, so it's only been on the shelves for a little while.
Yes, it has.
But it's been mostly positive stuff. Okay. So we know that you like to write the fantasy.
Uh-huh.
Okay. Now you have over here, you have A House Full of Dreams.
Right.
And let's go ahead and get the book blurb on that real
All right.
quick so we can.
I can be much shorter on this one. It's a shorter book.
It's a shorter book. Not
This
by
is-
much, folks.
No.
When Rose writes, Rose writes. Okay, she gets it done. So.
All right, this is the story of a very dysfunctional family. They move into a weird, very large, very strange old house that the matriarch of the family wants to turn into a bed and breakfast. But when they get into the house, they find that it's sadly in need of repair, and they find something else very peculiar about it. Dream figures come to life.
That can have the ability to either raise the market value or lower it, depending on what you dream.
Well, exactly. Some of the dreams are good dreams, and some are very not good.
Not good, yeah.
But what they do is expose the hidden secrets in the family itself. And it's not so much about the dream figures as it is the effect that it has on the various personalities of the people.
Well, and that's the goal of good writing, right? Is
Absolutely.
to get inside the human truth of things.
Yes,
and tell a very personal story. What else have you been doing this year, Rose?
What else?
Wow, it's been a year since we chatted. This is we haven't even chatted on the floor, folks. Just so you're aware out there on the World Wide Web, we haven't had a chance to catch up with Rose because we've been working the con all weekend. So, what have you been? I mean, you're making the con circuit. You're sharing your books.
I don't go to a lot of cons, but when I introduced this, it was at the International Conference on the Fantastic and the Arts in March.
Yes.
And then I attended Oasis in Orlando. That's about all I do is those cons. But I do a lot locally.
Are you doing local book signings and things? Yeah.
Yes, I do.
Yeah, and the
libraries,
the fans
and
are kind
bookstores.
of, they're getting used to the new stories. Yeah.
I hope so.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so
my books
yes.
are all available on Amazon.
Absolutely. We're going to put those links down in the description. Make sure after you watch the interview, you go down to the description and check out the links to Rose's books and get over to the hangingwithshow.com where you can see Rose is a featured author and you can get the link directly from the Facebook page or from our website right over to grab these books. Now, in the last year, the show's grown a little bit and we like to have a little fun, and we realized that the only thing missing from our interviews was letting our audience know Rose as a gal. I mean, they know she's a great author, but we want them to know you. We want them to, when they see your book, we want them to go, hey, I know that girl. I know that woman. That's what I want. So, some fun questions the girls go out and grab from the internet for me, okay?
All right.
If you were a crayon, what color would you be?
Well, of course, I would have to be rose red.
Rose red. I love it. Rose red. That's bold. Bold. You're going to see Rose coming. If you could visit anywhere in the world, with the caveat that it could be in any time period, where would you go?
I've always wanted to visit Greece, and I would like to have visited it many years ago before they've had so many problems in Greece. Yes. I would love to travel through the Greek islands.
Wonderful. That's the second Greece we've had this weekend, so that's pretty good stuff. You're a prolific writer. The royalty checks come in. What is your shopping weakness? Where's that money going right away?
Books.
Books.
I have a big library
Prolific
in my house.
Writer,
people go in and
reader.
say, is this a home or a library?
Oh my God, that's the perfect place to be.
Yeah.
Wow. All right. So, okay. These ones get to be a surprise for me. They have social media questions. They shuffle them up. I look up. I don't know what they're going to be in advance, so let's go over here.
Okay.
And if you join the circus, what would you perform?
Oh, heavens, I don't know. I don't think I can answer that.
Now,
one.
in fairness to the World Wide Web, I think if you guys go back and check last year's interview, you'll find out that Rose is a bit of a teacher. So she's been in the circus.
Yes.
Yes.
I taught middle school.
Middle school. So that it.
Great fun.
Enough said. She's the ringmaster, folks. What cheers you up when you're feeling blue?
I have 2 dogs, and they are wonderful companions, and they do cheer me up because they love to play, and one brings her tug-of-war toy and makes me get up, and that's what keeps me from being all the time at the computer.
There you go.
And dance around the living room with her playing tug-of-war.
Keeps you fit, too, I'll bet.
Well,
I know.
Some exercise.
Yes. So one more time, we're going to go through, we're going to remind people, we are here hanging with E Rose Sabin, the author of Deathright, where you've created your own myth, roughly akin to the Egyptian myth of Osiris and Isis.
Yes.
However, it is your own fabrication.
Yes,
so,
it is.
in
It's
addition to the
inspired
fiction
by.
story, the myth that the story surrounds is actually an original creation as well. And then we have a house full of dreams where things you dream appear.
That's right.
And
it deals with the people, the family who move into the house and how those dream figures affect them and reveal secrets about them that they have been keeping hidden.
Yeah, what will your dreams tell people about you? There you go, that's the question. So as we wrap it up here again, we are going to say a special thank you for our friends over at Something Unique Magazine, the Florida Book News, Wordfire Press, Space Coast Comics, Famous Faces and Funnies. The list is getting longer since we started last year.
Yes.
And our great friends over at the Historical Miniature Gaming Society South. We also want to thank Necronomicon for letting us come in and interview these fantastic artists, authors, creators of all kinds, all for a great cause, kidsforcanines.org, where you can see some great work that we're working with kids and animals together with a positive influence. It's a great cause.
I think they are wonderful. It's
Fantastic.
a wonderful organization.
They are. We got to see some of the dogs yesterday in
costume
costumes.
dogs,
It was
yes,
wonderful.
they're precious.
I'm GW Pomichter. We've been hanging with E Rose Sabin, the author of Deathright and A House Full of Dreams and Other and Sundry. So go on down and check the links down below. Remember, subscribe, log on, tune in, and see who we're hanging with next.
Thank you.